Let me ask you something. Have you ever watched a drama and suddenly thought, wait, how is this actor this good? And why didn't I notice them sooner? And then you go deeper. You search their name, you watch interviews, you check their drama list, and before you realize it, you're completely invested. That's exactly what's been happening with two names lately. Xiao Zhan, Riley Wang. Now here's the interesting part. These two actors, they're very different. One is already a massive name, someone who has built a strong reputation and fan base over the years. The other, a rising talent, someone who is quietly growing slowly but surely, capturing attention. And today, we're putting them side by side, not to compare who is better, but to understand who they are, how they got here, and why people are paying so much attention to them right now. So if you've ever wondered what makes Xiao Zhan so popular, why is Riley Wang suddenly trending? Which dramas should I actually watch? You're in the right place. Let's start from the beginning. Who is Xiao Zhan? All right, we have to start with Xiao Zhan. Because let's be honest, even if you're not deep into C-dramas, you've probably heard his name, and that's not accidental. Basic profile. Let's go through the basics first. Name. Xiao Zhan, birthplace, China. Height, around 183 centimeters. Age, early 30s as of 2025 to 2026. But numbers don't really explain his impact. Because Xiao Zhan is not just an actor. He's a phenomenon. The rise. His journey didn't start as a typical actor. He first gained attention through music and entertainment shows. And at that time, people noticed his visuals first. Clean, soft, charismatic. But here's the thing. A lot of people enter the industry with good looks. Very few turn that into long-term success. Xiao Zhan did. The breakthrough. There was a moment when everything changed. A project that pushed him from known to everywhere. And after that, his name exploded. Fans, discussions, massive online presence. He became one of those actors you can't ignore. Acting style. Now, let's talk about something important. How does he actually act? Xiao Zhan's strength is emotional delivery. He can switch between soft, gentle moments, intense emotional scenes, quiet internal conflict, and that versatility, that's what keeps people watching, because you don't know exactly what he'll bring next. Screen presence. This is where things get interesting. Xiao Zhan doesn't need to do too much. When he's on screen, you notice him. There's a balance in his presence. Not too aggressive, not too passive, just enough to hold attention. And that's a skill. Drama list, where to start. If you're new to Xiao Zhan, you might feel overwhelmed because he has multiple projects. So here's a simple approach. Start with his most popular drama. Then explore his mid-range roles. Then look at newer projects. Because that way, you can actually see his evolution from early performances to more refined acting. Why he still matters in 2025 future. Now, here's an important question. Xiao Zhan is already established. So why are people still talking about him? Because he hasn't stopped growing. Some actors peak and then stay in the same place. But Xiao Zhan, he's still evolving, trying new roles, exploring different emotions. And that's what keeps him relevant. Now, let's talk about Riley Wang. All right, time for a different energy. Because Riley Wang is not the same type of actor. And that's exactly why he's interesting. Basic profile. Name, Riley Wang. Wang Ilun. Birthplace, China. Height, around 182 centimeters age, late 20s. At first glance, he fits the modern actor image. But there's more to it. First impression. When people first see Riley Wang, they usually think he's charming, but not in an overwhelming way. It's more relaxed, more casual, and that creates a different connection with the audience. Early career. Riley Wang didn't explode immediately. His early projects were more low-key, smaller roles, less attention. But over time, things started to shift. What changed? Two things. First, experience. He became more comfortable on screen. Less stiff, more natural. Second, role choices. He started getting characters that fit him better. And that's important because the right role can completely change how people see you. Acting style. Riley Wang's acting feels light, not heavy, not overly dramatic. But that's not a weakness because it works for certain types of stories, especially romantic dramas, light emotional storytelling, character-driven scenes. He makes things feel easy. And sometimes that's exactly what audiences want. Drama list: what to watch. If you're new to him, start with his recent projects. Then go back to earlier roles. Because his growth is visible. You can see how he improves. And that's satisfying to watch. Two different paths. Now let's pause for a moment. Because this is where things get interesting. Xiao Zhan and Riley Wang are not competing. They're on different paths. Xiao Zhan, established, experienced, widely recognized. Riley Wang, growing, developing, gaining attention. And that creates a unique dynamic. Why people are comparing them? So why are people putting them in the same conversation? Because both represent something important. Xiao Zhan equals consistency at the top. Riley Wang equals potential for the future. And audiences love to compare proven success versus rising talent. Halfway point. So far, we've covered who they are, their profiles, their acting styles, their drama lists, and their different career paths. And the real questions are: who is stronger right now? Who has the better screen presence? And who has the bigger future? Take a second, think about your answer, because by the end of this, you might change your mind. Acting experience versus natural flow. Let's start with the most important thing. Acting. Xiao Zhan. Xiao Zhan's biggest advantage. Experience. He has been through different types of roles, different genres, different emotional ranges, and you can see it. When he acts, there's control. He understands pacing. He knows when to hold back, when to release emotion, and that creates something powerful. His performances feel intentional. Nothing feels random. Even his silence has meaning. Riley Wang. Now Riley Wang. Completely different approach. His acting feels more natural, less structured, more relaxed. He doesn't feel like he's performing. He feels like he's just existing in the scene, and that creates a different kind of connection. It feels easy to watch. But here's the key difference. Sometimes that natural style can lack depth in heavier scenes. And that's where experience matters. Verdict, acting. Right now, Xiao Zhan has the advantage because he can handle emotional intensity, complex characters, layered storytelling. Riley Wang, still growing, but his foundation is good. Screen presence, who commands attention. Now, let's talk about something harder to define. Presence. That feeling when someone appears and you just notice Xiao Zhan. When Xiao Zhan is on screen, he holds your attention, not aggressively, but steadily. He doesn't need big gestures. His presence comes from calm confidence, emotional control, subtle intensity, and that's powerful. Riley Wang. Riley Wang's presence is lighter, more approachable, more casual. He doesn't dominate the scene, but he makes it feel comfortable. And that works very well in romantic dramas, slice of life scenes. Verdict presence. Xiao Zhan wins in overall screen dominance, but Riley Wang wins in relatability. And depending on the drama, both can be effective. Range, who can do more? Now let's talk about range. How many different types of roles can they handle? Xiao Zhan. Xiao Zhan has already shown variety. He can play gentle characters, intense, emotional roles, complex personalities, and he adapts. That's important because versatility keeps an actor relevant. Riley Wang. Riley Wang is still building his range. Right now, he fits best in lighter roles, romantic leads, easygoing characters. And that's fine. But to grow, he'll need to expand, take risks. Verdict range. Xiao Zhan clearly leads here. But Riley Wang has potential. Career position now versus future. Now, let's zoom out. Where are they in their careers? Xiao Zhan. Established, recognized, stable. He already has a strong fan base, industry recognition, proven success, which means he's maintaining his position. Riley Wang. Rising, developing, gaining attention. He's still building, which means he has room to grow. And that's exciting. Verdict career. Xiao Zhan dominates the present. Riley Wang represents the future. Visual impact. Different appeals. Let's be honest. Visuals matter. Xiao Zhan. His look is elegant, soft, but strong, refined. He fits both historical dramas, modern roles. Very versatile visually. Riley Wang. His look is casual, modern, approachable. He feels more like the boyfriend type actor, which connects well with audiences. Verdict visuals. Xiao Zhan equals refined versatility. Riley Wang equals relatable charm. Different strengths. Future potential who will go further. Now the biggest question. Who has the stronger future? Xiao Zhan. His challenge is not rising, it's staying